Howdy Indie Warriors, we are over halfway through the year, so I thought it would be fun to run through 10 amazing hidden indie games of 2026 that you may have missed so far. Metroidvania Goodness is the name of the game, an early access banger, Fallen Tier the Ascension. With speedy platforming fun, colourful graphics and combat that doesn't feel spongy and annoying, this cartoony world is rife with shortcuts to open, secrets to find, and a high fantasy story to sink your teeth into. The only 214 reviewers say that it may still be a little rough around the edges, but that's what early access is for, and from experience I can tell you there's a lot to love already. Whether you're a Metroidvania veteran looking for something bright to take up your time, or a total newbie who wants to enjoy the scenery while you learn the ropes, Fallen Tier the Ascension is a real treat. If Souls-likes are more your thing, but you're not a high fantasy kind of guy, then why not check out the eldritch western world of Tombwater. Don your best cowboy hat and dual-wield pistols in order to take down some truly haunting monsters that roam the accursed ghost town. Its 254 reviews say the game is a great addition to the genre, touting its homage to Bloodborne, its fantastic atmosphere, and the bosses that, whilst occasionally wonky, are a lot of fun to beat. A 2D top-down pixel world is the backdrop to this twisted western adventure, and of course, in typical Souls-like fashion, are scenery for the bonfires you can rest at. Another pixel art game now, but this one features a few more neon colours and rubber ducks than the last. All Hail the Orb is a brilliant incremental exploration game all about growing a cult to worship and power up a big old ball that may or may not be trying to take over the world. It's silly and lighthearted and features so very many ducks, and according to players it can be completed in just a few hours. Automation and exploration are the name of the game, but thankfully with no combat or fail states, this is the perfect relaxing game all about powering up a mysterious dark entity. And ducks. If you prefer to spend your time bothering the local amphibian population but have been asked to stop by local wildlife groups, then why not get your fix from the nifty little puzzler Poke All Toads, the March release that requires you to use a squad of mischievous fairies' powers to poke any and all toads in the vicinity. Each fairy has their own power, and because our poor toads don't like pokes, you'll need to use those powers to get your prods in. The 430 reviews call this one of the best puzzle games out there, so if you fancy causing some real froggy carnage, this one may just be for you. If aliens are your preferred green guys, then the last Salvage Squad, a 2D FPS alien shooter, may be more your speed. Launching in June to 438 overwhelmingly positive reviews, this red-drenched world has been overrun by huge mechanical spaceships that we've got to shoot out of the sky. The game isn't super long, a couple of hours at most, but what it lacks in size it certainly makes up for in style and gameplay. The guns feel punchy, the gameplay is speedy and fun, and it features a very cute Shiba Inu. What more could you possibly ask for? We've all fantasised about moving to the country, setting up a farmstead and living off the land, but what if that perfect dream is invaded by some truly nightmarish creatures? Well, that's exactly what has happened in Dreadfields, the horror farming sim from Padoba Interactive. This slow burn farming game has you starting things off nice and normal, but as the previous owner's buried secrets start to become very unburied, you may find yourself getting your neck snapped while you're feeding the chickens. All 415 reviews love this game, so if you're looking for some pretty spooky fun, check out Dreadfields. If there were another name for this list, it would be 10 weird games you've missed so far, because we have yet another wonderfully weird game for you in the form of 2D collectathon Rubato. Using your froggy tongue to get around these wide Metroidvania-style areas, you'll collect planet bits to help fix the universe. The only 404 reviews call it innovative, silly fun, with fantastic art direction and a brilliant original soundtrack. If you fancy more froggy fun and an insane story that'll keep you on your toes, then make sure you add Rubato to your library. We're heading back to horror with a twist with the quirky retro spookathon known as Feed the Pit. This investigative horror game has you searching for rich humans in a deadly forest in order to throw them and their problematic wealth straight into a very hungry pit. Using card mechanics, you need to find your targets. But you aren't alone, as a whole host of monsters would quite like to snack on you instead. The 345 reviewers call the game addictive, spooky, and lots of fun. So if it isn't already, you need to put this one in your library, even if Act 2 and 3 are still on the horizon. TetherGeist is all about precision platforming with a twist that requires lots of practice, perseverance, and probably a lot of failure. You'll guide our protagonist May on a coming-of-age pilgrimage where she just so happens to have a powerful astral projection skill that'll help her get around quickly and conveniently. The game has a beautiful art style, which the 282 reviewers absolutely love. They also mention the inspiration from Celeste, citing fans of that game would love TetherGeist. There are a few complaints about the story not being as good as it could be, but if you're all in on platforming fun, then check this one out. Our last game that you may have missed, actually a sequel, so if you like the sound of it, you've got two fantastic games to play. So, you're welcome. Perfect Tides, Station to Station, is a narrative adventure all about the roller coaster that is entering adulthood. This 2D point-and-click story is praised by its 214 reviewers as perfectly reflecting that period of life without delving into the cringe. Though with seemingly every point-and-click game out there are still a few issues with getting a little lost. So if you fancy a well-written story that'll have you reminiscing about your early adult years, then why not pick this one up? Well, that's all we have for you today, but if we've missed any other great indie releases from this year, let us know in the comments and we'll be sure to check them out.
Thanks so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel to help us continue to be able to bring a voice to the voiceless. Join the over 60,000 indie warriors that have said goodbye to the gaming echo chamber. For even more support, head over to patreon.com/idreamofindiegames, where you can get Discord access, early shows, exclusive content, and more, now with a brand new $2 entry tier. Or check out YouTube memberships for exclusive badges, custom emoji, and other fun perks. Support real people making real things, because here at I Dream of Indie Games, it's always about the games.